Good morning, everybody, and thanks for being with us on KXAN Live. I'm Will Dupree coming to you from the KXAN Live studio on this Tuesday morning. Hey, I wanted to show you a live look right now from Corpus Christi down there on the Texas coast. A pretty gray day there so far because we are expecting Tropical Storm Harold to make landfall here relatively soon. We want to jump right into the update because I know a lot of you are wondering what impact, if any, will this have on us here at home. And meteorologist Kristen Currie is joining us with that update. Kristen, thank you for being here. It's been a busy morning so far.
Yes, absolutely. Tropical storm, our 9th storm of the season. We had a pesky little unnamed storm in January, but our 8th named storm right on the doorstep of Texas, Will.
All right, and that tropical storm formed officially in the Gulf just this morning, is that right?
Yes, overnight, hurricane hunters went out there. This was previously Tropical Depression 9 or potential Tropical Cyclone 9, if you remember me talking about it yesterday. But it is now the real deal. This is Tropical Storm Harold. So our 8th named storm, and as you can see, it is going to impact South Texas. So let's get into it. I'm going to first talk about the overall impact of the storm, and then we'll get into the details of what we can expect here in Central Texas. Right now, this storm, I would say, is probably within 1, maybe 2 hours of making landfall here, somewhere between Brownsville and Corpus Christi. Have already had those outer bands move onshore. Those are pushing pretty much from east to west inland here. Heavy rainfall, had a couple tornado warnings go up. Totally normal to see that oftentimes when these outer bands work their way onshore. It interacts with the land, some of the friction there, and it'll put down a quick little spin-up tornado. So we watch for that commonly with these storms making landfall, but clearly you can see some of the heavier rain bands moving through. And then even a little portion of that eyewall, it looks like, right up against the coast here. So we're looking at some of the bay areas, talking 1 to 3 feet of storm surge there, a heavy rainfall, which we'll talk about, maybe about 3 to 7 inches, and of course the gusty winds, and even a little bit of lightning. Had quite a bit more lightning earlier this morning, but right now it looks to be the heavy rainfall there. So the new update from the National Hurricane Center now has this at a 50-mile-per-hour storm. So this was just updated, meaning this morning, for those of you who joined me on KXAN News today, I was telling you this had sustained winds of about 45 miles per hour. 50-mile-per-hour winds now. What does that mean? That means this little bitty stretch of the Gulf of Mexico is so warm that despite the fact that this thing is hightailing itself to the west, it has just enough to eat up some of those waters and further strengthen. Now, it wasn't a big jump in strength. It went from 45 to 50 miles per hour, but that's a testament to how warm we are in the Gulf of Mexico, how volatile those storms can be, eating up that fuel, eating up those record hot temperatures we've got in the Gulf. So here's the new cone of uncertainty. You can see this is probably going to take a little bit of a jog towards the southwest before it gets kicked off towards the west-northwest here. And it's going to weaken pretty significantly as it is overland past this afternoon. Now, what about the rainfall? Well, unfortunately, to our dismay, South Texas is going to get the bulk of this. They've got a good 3 to 5 inches of rainfall. This doesn't account for the storm surge. 3 to 5 inches of rainfall, and then 5 to 7 inches of rain there over the higher terrain of northern Mexico. So as these storms work their way east to west, obviously that rainfall isn't going to go into the mountain. What happens is it gets pushed upwards, and then we see even more enhanced rainfall rates. That's why that bullseye is sitting right there over the higher terrain of Mexico. But hey, 3 to 5 inches in South Texas, if we can't get any, we might as well get parts of Texas getting beneficial rainfall, and that's what we're going to see down there towards some of the big crops, the agricultural land that we've got down in South Texas. That gradient gets pretty sharp, though, meaning that 1 to 2 inches we've got between San Antonio and Corpus Christi, about 1 to 2 inches, and it gets real slim as we work our way further towards central Texas. The wind footprint, really not that impressive here, so that's the good news. Now, granted, a 50-mile-per-hour wind gust, 60-mile-per-hour wind gust hitting a power pole the wrong way can take it down. But at least we're not talking widespread destructive winds. I think, if anything, this is mainly going to be a rain and flooding concern for our friends down in South Texas. So Laguna Madre, Baffin Bay, Corpus Christi Bay, any of those coastal towns could be looking at some of that rainfall causing problems. All right, Central Texas. Well, this is the bad news part of it. Are you ready?
Oh, no. Okay, here we go.
Here we go. So, I've been saying South Texas, good rainfall, moderate wind and some of that storm surge, which will be about 1 to 3 feet. What about us here at home?
Right.
Well, unfortunately, we saw this coming in. We thought, okay, this track of this is a little far south. And unfortunately, it's going to stay too far south. We're talking critical fire danger in high winds. That's going to be the story here at home. Red flag warning, 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. What does that mean? That means that our conditions are so favorable for wildfires to explosively grow given the ongoing drought, the gusty winds out of the east, in addition to the low humidity. I mean, I can show you these wind speeds moving forward here. Look at the wind gusts by 2 p.m. I mean, we've got wind gusts 25 to 35 miles per hour coming out of the east. This is on the top edge of Tropical Storm Harold, in addition to some of those really low humidities as you get into the Northwest Hill Country. Now, you're kind of looking at this thinking, well, that looks real wonky, right? Why is there such a line from the dry air towards the more moist air? Well, that's some of the cloud cover, some of the moisture from Tropical Storm Harold slowly starting to creep up on us, but it doesn't cover up central Texas. So the most extreme fire danger today will be up in San Saba, Pasas, Llano, as well as Mason County. Austin, we're kind of right on that edge. That's why I've kept my rain chance at about 20% today, because our high-resolution models are still showing at least a few, maybe 1 or 2 of those isolated storms trying to get into Travis County today. I'm much more hopeful that our southern counties, so Gillespie, Blanco, Hayes, as well as Fayette, get in on some of those rain showers, isolated storms. But they'll be very few and far between. That 10 to 20% chance is pretty much our southern counties. Is we're just on that edge, that northern limit of rain chances. Big if, we get one shower in the right place over downtown Albuquerque, sure, we could see a temperature cooler than 102, but that is a huge if, and it's a very low confidence kind of if for me, which is why I stuck our temperatures in the 100s again. We'll continue with those hundreds moving forward too, Will.
Yeah, if everybody's just joining us, meteorologist Kristen Currie is telling us about Tropical Storm Harold, which is making landfall here in Texas very, very soon. And unfortunately, it's not going to be much of an impact here locally. We're not going to see any of that big rainfall that we had hoped and kept our fingers crossed for many days now, since you all have been updating us about where this storm was likely to come just even yesterday.
Yeah, and I'll go backwards, so for those who missed it, you can see where this storm is going. And what I've been saying on TV this morning, Will, is we expect impacts, but this isn't the game changer for us. The impacts will be, unfortunately, be fire danger, winds, and the heat's going to continue. Sure, the cloud cover is actually going to help keep our temperatures down a little bit. I'm sure some of us actually noticed that yesterday, right? Some of those high clouds came in the late afternoon, early evening, but it was the track. The track got too far south of us, and it pulled all that heavy rainfall with it. So maybe you're asking, well, why is the track so far south? Remember that big old heat ridge, that big old heat dome? That's what's pushing this further south. If that ridge were to move a little bit further to the north or scoot over, do something, we could get this storm to lift itself a little bit further north and give us more rain. But right now, not going to happen.
That heat dome causing even more problems for us.
Oh, literally the bane of my existence this summer. I mean, this thing has given us, today's day 62 of triple-digit heat. I mean, 45 in a row. This is nuts. This is our hottest August on record, coming off the hottest July on record. So this thing has been the root of all the problems so far this summer, and unfortunately, here's one more impact.
It's sticking around. I wanted to point out a question that Libby sent us on Facebook. I'm just trying to monitor some of the comments, but she's watching us from West Texas, and she's wondering, is West Texas going to get some of the rain? I think this has a look at maybe potential impacts kind of on the far side of the state, but not much.
It kind of depends on what your definition of West Texas is. So I worked in Lubbock, which we consider West Texas, right? Lubbock, no. South Plains, no. Now, Big Bend, El Paso, yeah, there's a good possibility you get some of the remnants. Now, it's not going to be flooding rain. It's not going to be strong winds, but you can start to see some of this rainier weather because the storm is moving so fast. It'll probably be by the end of this week that you'll get maybe about 1 to 2 inches there out towards the Big Bend and lesser amounts moving towards El Paso. But this will get wrapped around that western edge of the high there. So as Tropical Storm Harold makes landfall within the next couple of hours, it'll weaken, dump all of its rain, and then the remnants there will actually go up through New Mexico, riding the western edge of that high-pressure system.
Libby would just respond and said she lives in Odessa, so maybe a little bit too
That's my
far
West
from that.
Texas. Yeah, that's my West Texas, Odessa. Not expected to see anything from this.
Yeah, I'm hoping maybe you can bring back up radar and let us see where the track
Absolutely.
of that storm is, because some people are asking about that too.
Yes. Okay, so let's start big picture. Here's this storm system, Tropical Storm Harold, south of Austin, well south of Austin by a couple hundred miles. You'll notice that that center's right there, probably starting to see at least a portion of that eye wall interact with the land there. But because we've got, you know, some of that water, some of the Bay Area, like I said, Laguna Madre there, it'll take a little while for this to completely weaken out of a tropical storm. But we do expect heavy rainfall to continue for the next several hours. Corpus Christi down through Brownsville here. So this is going to be something to watch. Maybe some street flooding, maybe some inland flooding, of course, coastal flooding. We had coastal flood warnings, I should say, in addition to those tropical storm warnings. That's that kind of pinky color you see there highlighting the coast. But this is the new update from the National Hurricane Center. We knew going into it wasn't going to get any stronger than a tropical storm. It was never in the cards for this thing to be a hurricane. But honestly, that's what's like the dagger in the heart, right? Is because this is kind of a messy tropical storm. It does have some flooding concerns, but in general, this was the hope we wanted. We would never wish for a tropical system, but if one was to come our way, we'd want it to look like this, where it had a lot more rain, less of a wind threat, less of a storm surge threat, and it's just a little too far away. Close, but not close enough.
Yeah, not close enough for everybody. And just to reiterate for everyone, we're going to share one more update about what we can expect here in Central Texas. Again, not much rainfall in terms of what's coming from the Tropical Storm Harold. It's going to make landfall here very soon. So why don't we go back, Kristen, and bring up some of that information about for our area, because the big danger is all this pink there, red flag warning again for us.
Right. I think if somebody were to ask me, how is Tropical Storm Harold going to impact Central Texas, I'd say fire danger. That's my number one thing. We've got gusty winds coming out of the east, gusting 25 to 35 miles per hour. We've got lower humidity, especially in that northwestern corner. Ongoing drought. I mean, the recipe is perfect for a wildfire if one was to spark, to grow rapidly. That's the big if. That's what that red flag warning tells me, is if a wildfire was to start, then there's nothing stopping it from growing out of control. So we are in charge of that if, right? We have to make sure we're being very hyper about whatever we're doing outside, making sure that we're not dragging chains behind us, we're not driving over dry grass, that kind of thing, because these winds are not going to work in our favor if we were to see one spark get in a wrong spot, and the humidity only makes this worse. Real dry air sitting on top of us. So, you know what? I'll tell you, I'm not losing hope from us southern counties. If you see rain today, you get out there, you stretch your arms out wide, and you soak it in, because there's going to be most of us who do not see those isolated storms moving in, and still going to hold on to that 20% chance of rain today. As we talked about, if we don't see that rain shower set up over downtown Austin, we are likely to hit the triple digits for the 62nd time this year. There is right now telling me there's probably not going to be any sort of big weather maker that brings in enough rain, enough cloud cover, enough cool air to drop these highs out of the 100s, which means we'll go all the way into the first few days of September with high temperatures in the low 100s.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Well, I wanted to point out one more comment from Stephen, who is watching us on Facebook at the moment. He said, and reflects a lot of opinion for all of us, I just want rain so bad, this heat is such a drag. True words have not been spoken.
I feel that. In my core, I feel that, Stephen.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Meteorologist Kristen Currie, thank you for your update. We appreciate it. And, of course, there'll be more information on KXAN.com, right?
Absolutely. We've got a whole tropical tab there. So if you go to KXAN.com, underneath the weather tab, it says tropics. You can see all the names that we have to go this season, the last update on any ongoing tropical systems. We put a lot there for you.
All right. Follow Kristen on social media on all the different platforms, because she will always be updating all of you. I know I keep up with a lot of it myself that way, so I appreciate that too. And Kristen, thank you again for being here.
Of course.
All right, everybody. That is meteorologist Kristen Currie. I'm Will Dupree. We will see you back here at another time. Hope you all stay safe and healthy today. Take care.